So that's just by way of information for those of you who live in these communities so that you can prepare ahead of time. But from the Greater Accra and Central regions, let's head to Krachi East. Residents of Okumakura, Nyani and Abungo in that municipality of the OT region are calling on authorities to help end the perennial lack of access to potable water. Though there were a number of boreholes sunk in these communities, they do not contain enough water to sustain the large numbers, while most of them have broken down. Residents queue for long hours just to get a quarter of a pound of water for domestic use. Residents in these communities currently resort to unwholesome sources of water, which are mainly a stagnant pool of water with living organisms, and they also have to share this with herds of cattle in the area. They say the only thing they do to make the water clean is to add alum, that's to purify the water, which is dirty and brown. Peter Seno has more in the following report.
We seriously need water. The borehole we have does not contain much water. Our wives are suffering a lot, so we plead for urgent attention. Water is life. As for water, we are really suffering. We have put this before our MPs most times, but this borehole does not contain water. The other one too has its metals rusted. We need a new borehole. Our women are suffering. Voices of residents in desperate search of potable drinking water. Residents at Okumakura have depended on this source of water for years, especially during the lean season where there are no rainfalls to collect. The Okumakura community has 3 boreholes sunk for them, but the only one currently active is with insufficient water to serve the community. Residents queue longer hours just to get less than a pan full of water. This borehole, which construction started 6 years ago, we are told, has been abandoned. The population is more than the borehole. This abandoned one was started 6 years ago. The first one too has broken down. The first in the community, even sank at a place liable to flooding, is also down with insufficient water to serve the community. It took a great deal of effort to get this half bowl of water, which also stopped flowing after a minute of rigorous pumping. It is avoiding this ordeal that the residents resort to depending on these unwholesome sources of water. When we pump the pipe, it does not flow. It is not helping us. It has not even lather when you wash with it unless you use a detergent. That is why we go down there to fetch.
Yes, sir.
This one, we add alum to it, then it settles down for washing. This one, because of the insects, we use our scarves to sieve it and then we drink. This is also heavily laden with tadpoles and other living organisms. After a few scoops, a dead toad was found, allegedly killed and dumped in by herdsmen to discourage the residents from depending on it so the animals could have full access. Our main problem here is water. It is a little better during the rainy season. We struggle with animals all the time and the water is mostly contaminated. I am a herbalist and my clients do not have water to drink whenever they come around. We are just appealing for potable water. Even for school children, daily struggle for potable water is affecting their academic work. The same situation prevails at Abongo and Umwani, just a few kilometers apart. At Umwani, residents queue for water at the only functioning borehole in the community. Just as Okumakura, it contains insufficient water. Those who cannot afford to wait for hours walk about an hour just for this. Equally unwholesome. Residents, who are mostly farmers, say lack of potable water in the community is affecting their farming activities.
The
water I would take to the farm is a major problem. I have not taken my bath since I came back from the farm because there is no water. Even our children are at home and there is no water to bath them. We need the government urgently to help us, else we are miserable. Until such time that these and many other rural communities get access to potable water, they continue to depend on the unwholesome ones that would have consequential effect on government budget. Peter Senu for JoyNews.